I love to eat cheese.
This is The Straight Story, which according to Letterboxd is David Lynch's least watched film. Which is a shame, because it shows an entirely different side to his filmmaking, a side that's just as straightforward as the name would suggest. There's no dream sequences, no lurking sense of ambiguous evil, and no signature red curtains. It's 2 hours of honest, conventional storytelling.
What do you need that grabber for, Alvin?
And today we're going to find out what it's all about.
Grabbing.
Why he made it, and how on a deeper level it's a complete rejection of everything David Lynch is known for.
Now, do you resent people saying this is not a typical David Lynch movie?
It's a hair absurd because I made the movie.
Not only is this a wonderful and heartwarming yet simple story, this film took me away from the hustle and bustle of my fast-paced urban life.
Does it surprise you that he's done such a 180 into this G-rated territory?
No, not with him.
Pete was telling me you tried using that writer in a real interesting way. You still plan to do that?
It all starts here, with Alvin Straight.
Alvin Straight.
He goes on a journey across the Midwest with nothing but his lawnmower and some tinned meat.
Wieners.
And in 2001, David Lynch called this his most experimental movie. For any other filmmaker, this would be absurd. But for someone like Lynch, it makes sense.
Okay, now let's see.
Because a straightforward story like this is outside of his comfort zone.
This is not like anything you've ever done before.
Right.
It's as if he's consciously trying to do something different. He's channeling what he thinks a conventional film looks like, rather than doing his usual stuff.
There was a fish
To Lynch, the weird is normal, so the normal becomes weird.
in the percolator.
And when looking at his filmography, The Straight Story certainly stands out.
I'm not going.
You promised me, Dad.
But first, some context. Who is Alvin Straight?
Watch your step.
We find him like this, laying on the floor after a fall.
I just need a little help getting up, honey.
He's got emphysema and arthritis, but doesn't have a driving license because of his faltering eyesight. It's clear he's got more years behind him than ahead.
If you don't make some changes quickly, there will be some serious consequences.
So when he receives word that his estranged brother has had a stroke, he decides the only way he can make the 240-mile journey to go and see him is on the back of a lawnmower.
Rosie, I've got to go see Lyle.
Was that a big hassle working with the lawnmowers?
I've got to make this trip on my own.
And the funny thing is, this is a real story.
In 1994, Alvin made this journey. He traveled on his riding lawnmower to visit his brother.
But David Lynch has written practically all of his movies, apart from this. And it's his only film based on real events. So why?
Rose?
Why did he choose to tell this story?
Why is this man's journey interesting?
Well, I wish there was some kind of deep philosophical reason, but he never let on that there was.
Elaborate on that.
No, I won't.
He's been repeatedly asked, and this is the answer he's always given.
It was the emotion I felt from the script that did it for me.
First you read a script. And when I read it, you feel a thing in the air.
I felt these emotions. I felt this thing.
And I thought, oh man, that is really beautiful.
It's clear he found some kind of emotional resonance with the story.
While I was picturing it, at the same time I'm feeling things, and I'm thinking film can do this and it could be beautiful.
And you know what? It is kind of beautiful. Long stretches of golden fields, quiet towns, the sound of the engine humming beneath an open sky. There's nothing flashy here, just the world and a man making peace with it.
Don't matter anymore. I want to make peace.
The film slows down enough for you to notice the small things. It's the rhythm of the road, the way the light hits the horizon. It's not just about getting somewhere, it's about appreciating the journey.
I love you, Rosie.
It's about coming to terms with getting old, and a man taking a long, honest look back at his life, and a look forward at the dwindling days he has left.
And this trip is a hard swallow of my pride.
This is what Lynch captures here. Not the dreamlike darkness he's known for, but a vulnerable look at what it means to be human. It's about appreciating the light of a sunset, or a moment by the campfire. It's the story of a man with not many days left, learning to appreciate the things that really matter.
There's no one knows your life better than a brother that's near your age.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, what actually happens? Here's a quick recap, and you don't have to worry about spoilers because this is a film that needs to be experienced, not explained. So Alvin Straight, played by Richard Farnsworth, sets off, leaving behind his daughter.
Rose, I'm gonna go back on the road.
Along the way, he meets a variety of people.
You've been bunking in that?
A runaway pregnant teen.
My family hates me.
A group of cyclists.
Doing good.
A kind farmer.
It's been a genuine pleasure having you here, Alvin.
And a helpful priest.
I say amen to that.
It's a completely linear and surface level story, but rich with themes of grief, aging, family, and empathy. Almost everyone he meets is nice to him.
I've been doing errands and I'm heading for a beer. I thought you might like to join me.
And despite appearing to be a closed-off old man, Alvin is willing to open up.
My brother and I said some
having heartfelt conversations with strangers about family.
Unforgivable things the last time we met.
Shared experiences of the war.
Lots of men came back drinking hard.
And getting old.
Well, the worst part of being old is remembering when you was young.
It's clear this is an emotionally intelligent man coming to terms with the end of his life.
You've come a long ways, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
And when he does finally reunite with his brother,
well,
I'll let you see for yourself.
Did you ride that thing all the way out here to see me?
And this, as you can probably tell, is very different from what Lynch is known for.
I did, Lyle.
The themes aren't buried beneath layers and layers of metaphors. It's just a straightforward, heartfelt and honest story about a guy on his lawnmower. It's good old-fashioned filmmaking.
It has to do with the reason he makes the trip. And it has to do with the difficulty of the trip. And it has to do with his age and the things in his heart.
For a man like David Lynch, this poses an interesting question. How does a filmmaker go back to a conventional style after becoming defined by such strong and unifying thematic interests?
This is a long way from Blue Velvet.
It's as if he's purposefully and deliberately trying to make a normal film.
This is not a David Lynch movie.
He's emulating something else in an obvious rejection of his usual style.
How do you think die-hard David Lynch fans are going to react to this film?
Of course he disputes this in interviews, and there's still a few recognisable Lynchian moments which I'll get onto later. So maybe I'm reaching.
I made the movie, so it has to be a David Lynch movie.
With decades of filmmaking experience, how hard can it be for a skilled director like Lynch to tell a straightforward story?
Was it difficult for you?
Am I looking into this too deep?
That's not your kind of movie.
Well, I'd be inclined to think so if it wasn't for the name.
The Straight Story.
The Straight Story.
The Straight Story.
The Straight Story.
Straight.
Straight.
The normalness of this film is clearly being put forward as a selling point.
Does it surprise you that he's doing this change into the G-rated genre?
It's a deliberate departure from what Lynch is known for. He's consciously trying to make a conventional film, and this is a big reason why people were interested.
Were you looking to do something different?
This opens a door to a whole new universe of interpretation. Every filmmaking decision can be viewed through this lens.
Having a party.
Sharing war stories with a stranger at the bar.
For the first warm meal in 10 days.
Helping a farmer light his cigarette.
Try this.
And ultimately, the reunion with his brother.
Lyle?
This is what Lynch understands normal life to be like. So what is this story's message? Let's break it down.
What's the main question everyone's been asking you?
Basically, every interaction Alvin has is a positive one. There's never any danger of his lawnmower being stolen. In fact, there's never any danger at all.
Why should I be scared of an Iowa cornfield?
The kindness of strangers is a seemingly unending well to draw from.
I noticed your campfire. Brought you some dinner.
Like this guy, Danny.
I'm Danny Reardon.
He meets Alvin after his lawnmower's broken down, and there's no doubt in our minds that he's going to help.
Take a look at this mower.
He connects him with some mechanics and ultimately offers to drive him the rest of the way.
I'd be happy to drive you the rest of the way to Mount Zion.
And this isn't the only example. In Lynch's depiction of a normal Midwest, almost every stranger
I want to thank you
is kind.
for your kindness to a stranger.
So what does this reveal about his worldview? Well, it's perpetually positive. It's an upbeat, friendly world that foregrounds human connection and empathy as a defining trait of our species.
I know you understand.
This film demonstrates that to Lynch, the normal state of humanity is one of kindness. It can be viewed as Lynch's painting of a normal Midwest America. And it's a pretty nice painting.
We're going to be on the fire for a little while.
So, it's a cold, dark night in Iowa. We're about 75% of the way through production, shooting a scene that occurs about 75% of the way through the movie.
Thank you.
This is about 85% of the way through production.
That's good.
Shooting a scene that occurs about 85% of the way through the movie.
It's good.
And this wasn't a coincidence.
Keep the change.
They shot the film entirely in chronological sequence for a couple of reasons.
Okay, here we go.
Number one, weather.
We started shooting at the end of the summer, and then we move east, and the weather's starting to change, and the trees start turning at the very end.
Number two, facial hair.
Also, Richard's growing his beard, and you can't shoot out a sequence too well with that happening.
And number three, locations.
Did you travel the full 650 miles of this journey?
They shot mostly in the actual places the real Alvin Straight journeyed through. For the parts when Alvin was going through Pocahontas, Iowa, they filmed in Pocahontas, Iowa. These are the actual roads Alvin Straight drove along.
We started in Alvin's actual house in Lorenz, Iowa, and did the journey.
And all three of these factors combine to create a film that feels real. He wants to tell this story as accurately and intimately as possible.
I felt a real positive thing happening.
But all of this hinges on the central performance. All of this hinges on Richard Farnsworth.
We're so lucky to have had Richard in this film.
Here's a man who is absolutely, totally genuine and believable in every single second.
The guy can make it real from way deep inside of him.
He has these big, blue, soulful eyes that convey the entire spectrum of emotion. And he actually looks like an old, stubborn Midwest guy.
Well, you're a kind man talking to a stubborn man.
He has a way to make it feel real from deep inside him.
And it's a beautiful thing to watch.
But he doesn't play the typical Lynch protagonist. But this isn't the typical Lynch film. However, there are a couple moments where we can see his style come through. A couple moments that are unmistakably Lynchian.
Can I help you, lady?
It's when we meet this lady, who keeps hitting deer with her car.
13 deer in 7 weeks!
It's weird and unexpected, and we never revisit it. We get a sense that there's some deeper metaphorical meaning, but we can't quite place what this meaning is.
That's a true story.
Is it?
Yeah.
And I love deer!
There's also this weird interaction with Alvin's daughter when she's buying meat for his trip.
I'm not having a party. I thought you were having a party.
And some striking imagery.
I am?
Like a group of onlookers in garden chairs, watching a house burn down.
Well, they sure picked the right place to practice a burn on.
Or the way the camera creeps around the yard in the opening before focusing on the window. It's a horde of cyclists going past him on the road, treated like some kind of natural phenomena, like a pod of whales or migrating elk. It's with these moments that Lynch suggests a kind of deeper meaning or metaphor, but he leaves what this meaning is up to our own interpretation.
I have no earthly idea.
In a word,
that's
it's Lynchian.
I don't want to know. I just want to fall in love with ideas.
Another part of his style is a fascination with a kind of disturbing evil lurking beneath a picturesque surface, like in the opening to Blue Velvet, where we're presented with this perfect all-American town, before the man collapses and the camera pans beneath the grass, revealing disturbing, disgusting bugs. It's the idyllic town of Twin Peaks, or the glamorous Hollywood in Mulholland Drive, just acting as facades for something terrible that's revealed when we peek behind the curtain. In a David Lynch film, there's usually something beautiful on the surface, but if you dig a bit deeper, it's something dark and disturbing. But The Straight Story is a complete rejection of this. The entire film is a portrait of Midwest America, and as Alvin gets further from home, we meet more people, more places, and dig deeper into the American heartland.
Where are you headed, Alvin?
Mount Zion.
But we never find anything dark and disturbing. It's just a string of friendly, nice people, eager to help, listen, and connect with Alvin on a human level.
Write to us sometime.
I will.
For the beginning of the film, Lynch takes the opening of Blue Velvet and flips it on its head. Both see a man collapsing in pain.
Over here, bud.
Only this time it's not followed by a dark symbol of a corrupted American dream, but friendly faces eager to help.
What's the number for 911?
This is why The Straight Story is his most experimental movie. It's not because of the lack of dream sequences or red curtains, but it's a thematic rejection of what has defined the rest of his filmography.
Any longing within you to make peace with something?
Yeah, maybe myself.
In stripping away all the weirdness that we've come to expect from David Lynch, he leaves us with something completely different. It's a deeply personal but ultimately optimistic exploration into how he views the world.
David Lynch is probably the most kind and generous director I've ever worked for.
If the lawn is Lynch's ultimate symbol of America, then it makes sense he would tell a story about a man driving a lawnmower across state lines to flip this symbol in a more positive direction. He realised that having cultivated a reputation as a filmmaker who makes surreal and subversive films, the most surreal and subversive thing he could do next was to make a movie that was unrelentingly uplifting with a completely conventional narrative. There's no evil beneath the lawn. For 2 hours, David Lynch allows himself to celebrate human connection in a vulnerable and honest way. And it's this note of honest human connection that the film ends on. Check it out for yourselves. This is David Lynch, and this is The Straight Story.